Hello. Okay, so I was going to record a nice little video out in nature by my table where I was working, and I kind of got ran off by some kids, which, of course, then as soon as I got in the car and started recording, they decided to leave. But they were all sorts of fun. So, P.S. You parents out there with teenagers, sending my love to you. They're a real treat. But anyway, so I am recording it from my car here and wanted to. I guess I could turn off the car. Um, I was I was thinking about the Gene Keys system specifically, but I want to talk about it maybe not even from that lens. But I had commented on a post of somebody who had posted something about the gates, hexagrams, keys, whatever, that are kind of in transit right now, and then she went deeper into some that aren't necessarily in transit, but that are referred to in the gene key system as stop codons. And, I was reflecting on those, and I'm not going to get into that. Go look it up. It's linked to human genetics as well. But she had said something, kind of these stop codons and what her belief is. And, I have my own belief on them, and it doesn't have to be tied to these, but that was what kind of prompted it. And it was this idea, my own reflection on gene keys. And I think, the people that specifically have these stop codons, which I'll just mention are 11, 56, and 33. If you have these prominently in your gene keys or human design chart, this is probably something you can resonate with. But, those aside, oftentimes there's we see people sometimes when it comes to business and success who are successful, it feels like out of the gate, or, that they hit $100,000 a month in their first year. And then here you are struggling to make 5K after 2 years, right? In a month, or 10K, someone hits it in 3 months and it takes you a year, whatever it is. Or, even you make the money, but yet your life isn't going the way you want. But then you see these other people and they literally have it all. They've got a beautiful family, a beautiful life. They're making lots of money. They're hardly working. And you're like, what? Why is it so easy for them? And we get into this comparison mode and thinking, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Because I've done all of the right things. And oftentimes these are the people who end up in my world. So hence why I wanted to really record this video. Where I've literally tried all of the things to make it work, to make it flow. And I have people, when it comes to business, people that come into my world tend to be on one end of the spectrum or the other. Either they're making really good money already, they're already in the 6, 7 figures, and it's technically working on paper. And these are a lot of who I talk to in my content. It's working on paper, but they've basically built it up in a way that it feels almost like a prison, because you wanted freedom to begin with, right? And then you have this business that makes you feel anything but free, because you're always working in it. You're always having to do things in order to really, or at least you feel this. So I just want to say you feel this in order to keep it going. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I have the people that maybe aren't making the money that they want yet, and they've been doing either way, either side. You're doing everything right according to what you're supposed to. And there's some that maybe aren't where they want to be financially yet. And they're still they're just working, doing everything, doing all of the energy work, doing all of the mindset work, doing all of the strategic stuff. They've got the right systems in place, and it's you can't get past this certain level in your business financially. And same thing, you've got the success financially on paper, but you can't seem to get to a point where you actually get to enjoy it. So these are the people that come into my world. And I truly believe that oftentimes the difference between these people and the people who, just have success out of the gate. And when I'm saying success, I also want to say I'm not just talking about money, because that's not, if you're just here for money, you're probably not my person. I'll just say that now and save you the trouble, because what I'm here for is all of it. You don't have to sacrifice having a beautiful life, being able to go work at the park and get ran out by kids, just to have a successful, thriving business. You can take a month off of work or your business, right? And it can still thrive. Like, if that's not where you're at, it doesn't matter if you have the money, because it's not what you actually wanted in the first place, right? And I think, the difference between these people, because those two people that I told you, the different ends of the spectrum, you're all the same. Okay. And those that are making the money, those of you that aren't making the money yet, and you're just like doing, you're going to end up like that other person if you keep going. Some people do have an easier time just like making money, but it's the secret is not just about the making the money. It's being able to do it in a way that actually feels fucking good. And the world is changing, like astrologically. If you look at Gene Keys, the great change in 2027, you look at human design, I don't remember what we call it, the great mutation or something, and astrology, again, don't know what we call it, but I know we're going into, like, in 2027, a big fire cycle. There is big changes coming, and like what's happening cosmically in this world has not happened in a long, long time. And I believe, going back to the stop codons or whatever, again, I'm not going to go into a lesson on Gene Keys at this point, but my belief around those stop codons is that oftentimes the people who, if and I'm not just saying believe, but like, inside of you, like, this is what you're meant to do. Like, it is working. Like, that you're doing the things that you're doing the right work, but it's just not working the way you want it to. My belief is oftentimes those that are on kind of the long success track, where it's taking you a long time to really figure it out, there's a decent chance that you have possibly multiple, but at least one of these stop codons in a potentially prominent place in your chart. But these are the people who are here to set the example for change. And sometimes we have to go through more trials, more tribulations. But these stop codons, like, they really are. It's about stopping. I mean, like a genetic code. We are recoding ourselves for a different way of being, a different way of success, a different way of life than what we've been used to for the last like several hundred years. So I believe that those of us that, and I say us because I have all three stop codons prominently in my profile. One of them I even have twice. And these are all also throat gates. If you're looking at your human design chart, which the throat is all about expression. So, I talk a lot about authentic expression. It is the way of the future. And that is why I believe, all of those gates, it's no coincidence that they're in the throat, because the way of the future is authentic expression. It is individual expression, not following the crowd, not doing what everyone else is doing, not doing something just for the simple sake of it worked for so-and-so, but actually that knowing of what the fuck works for you. And we are here to do it differently. And it's not saying that what we've learned from our coaches, our mentors, people wherever, that it's not going to work. Like, we do need some structure still, but the way that we're going about it, it's grounded in our own fucking power. And that's what creates ease, flow, success, financial success, and an amazing life. It is coming back to those gates, those stop codons, the throat, expression. And whether it's speaking, it's how you're living your life. And so many people come to me because they want my life, meaning they want the flexibility, they want the freedom. They see me traveling, they see me working in all of these like random places. They see me like not really working that lot, but then making multiple six figures. And the reason that I'm able to do that is because I've made choices over and over again in my life, in my business, that are not necessarily going with the grain. They go against the grain. Deciding to move to the Caribbean, deciding to become a nomad, deciding to live my life the way I wanted to, even though nobody in my family had ever done anything like that. Sorry, like itchy allergy nose. That's me expressing myself, living life on my terms. Me talking about a lot of the things that I talk about, they work for me because it's my expression, my belief, my feelings, and those come from the throat. And I teach people how to how to tap into and their own expression. I don't teach them how to do things my way. I don't teach them how to live my life. I don't teach them, do this method. I say, like, yes, we need structure. Yes, we need offers that light you up, that are an extension of you, because that's what makes you magnetic. Your expression is what makes you magnetic. And coming back to Gene Keys, and I do recommend that you go look up the stop codons. There's free information on genekeys.com about this. And there's tons of videos out there, and I'm happy to point you in the direction of some that I would trust. But it really, when it comes down to it, my belief is that it's no surprise that these are all in the throat, because it all comes back to that authentic expression. And your success, your holistic, sustainable success that isn't going to just give you money, that isn't just going to give you a great life, but that's going to give you fucking all of it. It comes from you being you. It comes from you living life on your terms. If you want to go play at the fucking castle and do your work there, then go do it. If you want to go travel, then go do it. And right now I'm actually choosing to do stuff like this because I'm choosing to not go do international travel right now. So there's always ways, I can go do this. It's in my own backyard. I can do it anytime. So there's always ways to live your life the way you want. If there's things you want to say that you're not saying, if there's things you want to do in your business that you're not doing because you're afraid of what other people will think, of how you'll present, that it won't work, that right there is going to stop you from being able to move on and survive in this new paradigm. And I don't want to sound harsh in saying that, but it's just going to get harder and harder the harder you fight it. So right now, in this kind of current time, I'm recording this, July 31st. We're in this Lionsgate portal. We're in a massive cosmic shift. And if you are feeling called up to, or actually rather, if you're feeling yourself called in, being pulled in to situations that are frustrating, that maybe you've been in similar situations before and you're just when is this ever going to stop? I've done this. What do I need to do to change it? This is it. It is about coming back home to yourself, being really fucking real with what am I repeating? Where am I not showing up authentically? Where am I not expressing? Where am I holding back? And how is it impacting how is this pattern tied to my authentic expression? Or rather, where am I out of integrity with the way I'm expressing myself, the way I'm living my life, the things I'm doing, the people I'm surrounding myself with, etc., etc. Because this right here is your ticket to sustainable success. Not just the money, not just the life, but where you get to fucking have it all at the same time without sacrificing one for the other. And again, if you have those stop codons in your chart, 33, 56, 12, I would love to talk to you, of course. But either way, would love to invite you to join me in the Unleashed and Authentically Expressed community on Facebook, on Telegram. It is a free community where we celebrate authentic expression, where I bring you different transmissions and content, special offers, etc., that come to you before any of my stuff goes out to the general public. And I would love to have you join me over there. There should be a link in the description to join me. And if you're feeling called to do some further conversations, work together, please send me a message, probably on Facebook, or comment. It doesn't work here on YouTube, I guess. But send me a message on Facebook or Telegram, and we can have a chat. about how I can support you. I have a couple great programs opening up, Align and Ascend and Unfiltered Ascension. Both of those are going to help you to do this work at a much deeper level. And of course, I also do have openings right now for private mentorship if what I'm saying is landing with you. But either way, thank you for listening. And if this resonated, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Talk to you soon.